Hey, welcome to Full 42. Today we are doing our top 5 board games of, almost said movies, board games of 2019. And it has been 40 episodes since we did 2018.
Oh, wow. 40 episodes.
Yeah, almost like a year.
Yeah, it's almost been a year.
Yeah, I see some gremlins off to your side.
Oh, okay. You want to come on?
We're going to start with some paintings.
We
We do take some time to get to our top 5 as usual. Some much fun time. Sometimes this is why people show up at all.
I can hear you. Get your hand out of your butt.
I can hear you. We can all hear you.
Just come on. All right. Well, we only have Mika. Luca's not here. Luca's gone.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Right? There's no Luca. Oh, there's no Luca.
Yeah. We like to start off the show with the kids' paintings. I'm assuming you have paintings for us.
I do have paintings. Do you have the painting? What?
When you do.
This is live. We're on live.
You do this.
Welcome, everybody.
And I can come on.
Oh, okay.
Ew!
Surprised me.
Come on.
You're the flat.
Okay.
I like the
Oh,
turtle.
yes. These are the painters, the budding painters. Don't touch those. Those are components. Don't touch them. These are the budding painters. Say hi.
Hi.
No.
Hello.
Did you do that?
And
do that
yeah,
yet?
we have some paintings. We'll go over the paintings, and then you guys will go back upstairs. Okay. Good.
Are you drawing my head, Luca? I see you doing that. Bald head.
Drawing his bald head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Hey, everyone. Howdy.
Hi.
All right. Back up.
Howdy.
All right, so I have, don't say anything. I have 2 paintings for these 2 strapping young lads. They are both done at approximately their same age. So it was like 2 years and 8 months and 2 years and 9 months or something like that that I'm going to show you. So they were done just about the same time. But I want to see, as we do, see if you guys can pick which one of these guys did the painting.
And also, what do you see in the paintings?
Right, yeah. What do you see? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you see the painting?
Rorschach
And
test.
then what who did what? Okay, don't say anything. Because I don't even know what these are. You're gonna have to tell me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm not gonna show you the year, obviously, but I will show you painting number 1. I'm gonna move Mika.
Nice. I do like the colors.
Right,
You're sure it's not upside down, right?
I'm trying to see it.
I know, I'm in the way.
I know what I see. People in comments, go ahead and tell us what you see.
Okay, can you see?
I see at least 3 different colors.
My leg.
Get your leg out of
Maybe
it.
4.
Okay. All right.
And Mike, you said you don't know what these are?
I do not. I have not asked
Okay.
them what they painted on these, so we will get a live reveal of what they are.
Nick
From the
says an
art.
island.
I like the island. The island's pretty good.
Looks like a pretty evening in the swamp.
Can't see.
I know, buddy, because my arm is in the way. Don't
Volcano
worry.
Island.
I think I want to get higher.
Plane crash in the ocean.
A plane crash.
Guy went darker than me this time.
Wow, Di.
I was just thinking a dead upside down mushroom.
An upside down what?
Mushroom. Like it's been
An
plucked,
upside down
turned
mushroom.
around.
Okay.
Now it's kind of rotten.
All right, I see it.
Stacy sees a raccoon on an island with a shipwreck in the background. I can see the raccoon. Yeah.
Okay, I like the shipwreck in the background. That's pretty good.
Is the shipwreck exploding? Is that why there's like fire in the back then? That's pretty cool.
No, but I don't want it to be on camera because they can see it.
Let's see. Cody says, "Oh my god, it looks like the board game Tokenato. Is that right?
It's Takanoko. Jeez.
Takanoko. Oh, okay. Well, I'm reading what was written. Takanoko.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Those are good answers.
The colors, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I like it.
Cool. All right, what do you see, Mike, since you haven't been spoiled?
I definitely I was with the volcano island. That was the first thing that popped into my head for sure.
Really? So many islands. I didn't see an island at all. That's cool.
All the water, right, and then the land in the center.
I think it's because it borders on like purplish blue that I didn't think water at all. But yeah, I mean, I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there is blue in there. It's just the pink kind of made it purplish. So I went with purple in my head, which went to mushroom,
yeah.
right? So clearly,
All right. That was one. And here's the other. Do not.
Ooh, I like
know.
these colors. Oh, I know what I see immediately. One of my favorite things in nature. See what the comments say though.
Over here, then. Just get over here. Okay.
We have these all over the place here.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious, I think. I mean, there's two things, but I definitely see one.
A Luna moth, Dice says.
Ooh,
I'm not sure what
Luna
that looks
moth.
like. Let's see what a Luna moth looks like. Luna moth. What does a Luna moth? Oh wow!
No, he's not. You're just
So
pulling
this
off
is what a Luna moth looks like.
the wall. Ooh.
Those are pretty cool.
Whoa.
Mhm.
That's insane.
It is
Pretty good.
insane.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. Dragonfly, that's what I saw. I love dragonflies.
Mm-hmm.
Dragonfly over a ray. Cool.
Okay.
Like a manta ray kind of thing, or
Manta
like
ray,
a
yeah.
pew ray.
No, a manta ray.
Top view of a chopper. Get to the chopper. He just wants to hear me say get to the chopper.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know you're going to do it. All right, and now we're supposed to guess which one of them did what.
Correct. So one of these guys did one, and one of these guys did the other. I will.
Okay. We'll call the first one you did number 1.
Sure.
Second one you did number 2.
All right,
And just say 1, and then either
Hold on.
Luca or Mika, and then 2 for the other.
Yep. So this was the first one I showed.
Yep.
This is the second.
Yep.
So who do
I'll
you
let
think did 1, and who do you think did 2?
I'll let the comments come in for a little bit because we have a few seconds ahead of them. I don't want to chop them off or indirectly influence.
Okay.
What I think I know. I feel pretty strongly.
You do, huh?
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you for fixing that.
I think I can see the influence of the second child. Let's see. Some Luca 1.
Oh.
Mika 1.
Okay.
Mika 1.
It's split. Luca 1. Luca's got 2 for 1. Mika's got 2
Luca
for 1.
1. Yeah.
Let's see.
I can break that tie by saying that I think Luca is also 1.
So Luca and Mika.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Mika just farted on me. Thank you, buddy. I don't know if that came through on camera.
It didn't, but thanks for narrating.
Okay. Well, it's on forever. So it's kind of split. There are 2 people that think this one's yours, and there's 2 people that think this one's yours. And then Chris thinks this one's yours and that this one's Mika's.
Never bet against die. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
am
Dai
going
usually
against-
pretty good.
I am going against die. That's my rule, and I'm breaking it.
All right.
High stakes here, though.
Hey, Luca. Which one did you do?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Always listen to die.
Sorry.
Nice.
So this was done May of 2023. So he was just about 2.5 years old. And this was done December of 2025. And he was just a little over 2.5 years old.
And what are they?
Oh, yeah. So, Luca, what is that?
Oh, that's the Elasmosaurus.
It's an Elasmosaurus?
Getting stung.
It's
by
gotta be a
manta
dinosaur, yeah.
ray, like a ocean, like a sea monster manta ray.
So it's a Elasmosaurus getting stung by a sea monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
like the sea monster manta ray.
Okay.
That
And
I dreamed of.
Elasmosaurus? How do you
EL.
spell elasma?
ELA. I think it's ELA.
Oh, there it is. Elasmosaurus. Like the underwater one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it looks like that.
Right. So the arms, the
Yeah,
body.
okay. Yeah, I could see those fin-like arms, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Cool.
what did you paint? What is that?
Uh,
What is it?
I
What do you see? What is it?
Say Elasmosaurus.
Well, what do you see?
know.
What do you see in that painting that you painted when you were 2.5 years old?
I think I see that.
Put that down, please. What do you see? What is it? What is it a picture of?
What is that pink, Luca?
See
I
a
don't
dead
know. Luca,
mushroom.
what
It's
do
a
you
dead
see?
mushroom.
What do you see in this picture?
I see a boat with a fire on it.
A boat with a fire on it?
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
see
that's
the
pretty
boat.
close to the plane crash in the island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people saw
Pretty
an
good.
island with a volcano on it.
Mhm.
What do you see?
He's deep in thought.
The Elasmosaurus, the bro.
It's a broken Elasmosaurus? Okay. It's a broken
Very
Elasmosaurus.
little brother.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Well, there you go. That's tonight's who painted what.
Very nice.
Good job, guys.
Oh, studio.
Okay. All right. 1, you're making Dad very hot. 2, we're gonna go before you fall. Okay.
Thanks, kids.
Say bye to everybody.
Bye, Chris.
Bye.
everybody.
Those were good paintings. See you next week.
Bye.
All right. Give me hugs. Love you.
Love you
I'm
too.
trying to get a picture to show.
Thank you, buddy.
That's a you.
Give me hugs.
You do.
I'll be up in a while. Okay.
Mhm.
Thanks, bud.
Trying to get a picture to show. Let's see if it pops up here.
Yes.
Yeah. Give me that back.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you, buddy.
So this is my big brother, little brother image to share. Let me see here. There we go.
Oh wow. Oh, what a difference. Jesus.
Yeah. So that's actually a really big kitten, but he's also a huge cat. So
It looks like your cat has a stuffed animal of itself.
it does. It does, yeah. The big one is Sparta. The smaller one is Dexter. But they're both little blonde-headed brothers too.
Nice. Hopefully the little one doesn't grow up to be a serial killer. Serial killer.
Kills all the cereal.
Mhm.
So, all the fun stuffs aside, see you guys next week. But now you'll just listen to us talk about stupid board game stuff and whatnot.
Mhm.
But also say hi to everybody. Say hi in the chat. Tell us what's going on. If you don't know, I'll jump right into why does it say playing Whisperwood?
I don't know.
Did you click that?
No, I haven't clicked anything.
How weird. Has that been on the whole time?
I hardly ever do any.
Hold on, let me click this one. Not expert. Well, we're not playing Whisperwood. I will tell you, in case you haven't heard, that it's on right now. Go check it out. If you have any questions about Whisperwood, I'm happy to answer them. Probably, I'll answer them here. Nobody has any questions about it, but we're answering them all over the place. So feel free to ask. But yeah, it's gone pretty well. Pretty happy with it. Although a lot of cool stuff is about to change and come up, so
Ooh.
keep an eye out.
Interesting. I have a question,
Mhm.
Which I've been asked to ask you
By who?
by people of this community.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Will you bring a copy of Whisperwood to QSCon?
I don't believe that I'm going to be able to make QsCon, but if I was, I would definitely bring a copy.
Okay.
In fact, I believe something's been scheduled for that time. So,
Okay.
but if I could, I would.
Okay.
I mean, you know what? Honestly, if I can't, maybe I can send you my prototype copy and you could show people if they really want to see it.
They definitely want to see it.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be after the campaign, but the Game Found thing will be on. You know,
It will be after the campaign. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and I trust you showed off. You played it enough. You almost beat me 9 points last time we played.
Getting better, right? I got Luke. Almost got Luke
That
by
was so close.
15, and I got you by almost by 9. So. Yeah.
Honestly, getting close to Luke's score is a bigger achievement than getting close to mine.
I mean,
Luke's-
you develop, you design, same thing.
Yeah, but Luke's been really pouring into, like, when I play, I still just play kind of like for joy at this point because I played it so much. So I just kind of do what I'm doing and stuff. He is so strategic because he's trying to find any way that's overpowered or anything like that, right? He's going for every little point stuff. So honestly, I think your 15 points closer to Luke is better than my 9 points. I'm saying you did worse. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't do worse. I got closer to a win. Neither one I won.
Yeah. You won just by playing.
Yeah, so campaign's going well. Yeah, 15 days to go, so 2 more weeks to get in on the excitement.
Yeah, check it out. It's on the description below. At least I think the link is working. I didn't actually test it. I should have done that.
Probably should have done that.
Number 1 on BGG hotness for the last few days. It's been fun.
For a while now. Yep.
Like 4 or 5 days now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know how that's determined, but you know,
searches, thumbs, comments, any of those things, images, thumbs on images, all of the interaction around a game, a name.
Yeah, the 3 most like non how does this play questions we get are: is it really going to take that long to deliver? Does it really take that long to play? And can you make it cooperative? And the answer is yes, yes, no.
Yeah.
Just keep. There is an interesting thing that came from that question, the cooperative one. Someone said, "Can you make an expansion to make it cooperative?" And you know my feelings about board games. I think when you design a board game, you should make it exactly what you're trying to make, not try to please everybody with all different versions and stuff. But it did make me like, one of my answers was, I don't want to convert this into a cooperative because it was never meant to be. However, I'm not against making a cooperative game in this universe someday.
Right.
I'm open to that. So, you know, starts getting the gears turning, maybe. Who knows? Someday. Not part of this campaign or anything like that. But
I think some games work well that way. Like we've enjoyed our plays of Tales of Arthurian Knights, and I've exclusively played that as co-op. And I like the way that it changes the points pool.
Did we play as co-op?
We only played as co-op, yeah.
That's right, we did. Yeah. I remember thinking that, yeah.
All the times I've played it and taught it, I played it as co-op. And the way that works, there's a certain amount of victory points that you put into a pool. The victory points pool grows depending on how hard you want the game to be. So it's like, whatever, 140 victory points get dumped in cumulative for easy, and there's 150 for medium, or whatever the breakdown is. And along the way, the victory points you claim come out of the pool. And then the end of the game, after 3 eras, or whatever they're called, you need that pool emptied. And then you could add to it based on end game states and stuff. And then depending on how many points you get at the end collectively, that's how well you guys did.
Yep.
And the other way is when you play competitively, you're just gaining the points for yourself, and whoever has the most points. So that little change, I think it works really well for that. But some games just don't. Some games seem different.
Sure. Well, if you think about that game, there is something different. Like when you play Arabian Nights, which is definitely competitive. I don't think they have a cooperative version, unless the newest version has a cooperative version.
Maybe now.
But at least the original one had what's competitive. When it's no longer my turn and you're off somewhere talking to a genie in the middle of the ocean or something like I don't care. I'm just waiting. I might listen because it's funny that you just got turned into an ape or something, right?
Right.
But as far as like mechanically and stuff like that, I'm not involved. And it does take a while to get to your turn. So in that mode, I would think cooperative is better for those kind of games, in my opinion. Even though I'm not a big cooperative person, I still think, because you do care. You care very much what everybody's doing, and you can even discuss like, "Oh, are you sure you want to do that?" Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's interesting. But it also, because they made the stories work in that way, because you're all knights, right? Arthurian, whatever, and stuff. Yeah. But some other things might not work that way. Like Arabian, I don't know if I'd like that being cooperative. And I still haven't played Myth and Legend, but I don't know if I'd like that being cooperative. It's competitive, right?
It is competitive, and I think what the intent of Arabian Nights to have the Matrix and have the book given out so people are reading and engaged on people's turns, it does help. And we kind of do the same thing with Tales, although there's only one book. There isn't two things. So someone is reading. Usually the last person to go gets the book and reads.
Oh, see, I always do it the other way. I do the person who hasn't gone last, who's been waiting the longest for their turn.
Right. Well, it varies. Sometimes
I've seen it
depending on turn order. But the other thing we did to make sure people are engaged in Myth and Legend was to give you those threads to pull on, and they're not necessarily just your thread, right? If you hear about this rumor about the Gorgons and you're like, fuck, I want to go beat the Gorgons, you can go to that location if you're paying attention on other people's turns.
If you get the rumor, I can go take advantage of it?
Correct, depending on turn order. And that's where turn order becomes kind of important, because everybody's got the same 4 cards for movement. And the beginning of the turn, you decide where you want to move to, and that determines initiative. So if you want to stay in the same location, it's a 1. You drop your 1 card and you can stay in the same location. And everything you play is up until. So if I do the all movement, which is 4, you can go anywhere. But then something happens in the story or on somebody's turn, I can stay where I am, or I can move up to any location. And that's a 4. So you're going to go later in the turn. So if you stay where you are, you go quicker. If you stay in your region, you'll go quicker than someone who wants to go to a different region. But then if you're going last, if you drop that 4 and you can go anywhere on the map, and you hear about the Gorgons, or you hear about the Griffin, or you hear about a Titan, or you hear about a god doing a thing, you can just decide to go there and be like, you know what, I'm going to abandon this thing and I'm going to go over there. So we force you, if you want, we force you to pay attention on other people's turns so you can take advantage of those little threads that are put in there.
Yeah, that's a good solution.
Yeah. Because then anybody can do it, right? And that can influence you on the beginning of your turn to drop the I want to go first card because I want to go do that thing and I want to go find Pandora's box, or I want to go fight the Gorgons, or whatever it is, on your way to, because that would be pretty. One would say if you defeat a Gorgon, then you become kind of legendary, and the idea is to become greater than Alexander and get
to hold the head up,
legacy. Yeah, and hold the head up. Yeah. So yeah, I mean there are things that you can do to make it, and there are things that we can do in the game to make it cooperative if we wanted to, right? Like we can do a collective against Alexander. Most of the time it's solved with like some sort of AI deck that you pull and have them go. And the game is cooperative and it is competitive. Like there are ways to play that game in both. But ultimately you want to be greater than Alexander, so play it competitive, or play it
Alexander the mediocre.
Right, but with Arthurian Knights, I would assume that would be be cooperative because you were Knights of the Round Table. You were doing things collectively, not competitively. Although some
You just
stories
max
they were
headroomed.
definitely out for themselves. I did great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, you can play Tales all three ways. I think the way to play it is competitive, but I also think Arthurian, the way to play it is cooperative.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
that's cool.
I do want to play the new Arabian Nights, but I don't know what to expect.
I don't know how different it is. If it's just art, then I'm good. I have my old one, but
Sure, yeah.
well, also, what's the player count there? Of Myth and Legends?
Myth and Legend?
Yeah. In Arabian Nights is 6, and it should not be 6.
It should not be 6. Not at all.
Speaking of cooperative, I played a cooperative game this weekend. One I played several times, but I finally beat it. Aaron and I did. We played the Lord of the Rings one, the Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh, nice. You won. Good job.
Finally won, yeah. You got to keep Frodo moving. That's the trick. Even if you risk searches, you know.
When we played it last, we said we got to keep him moving, and we got held up in Rivendell, and we got screwed. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, get it. Although I gotta admit, it was close. We had to do a roll at the end, and it was just one die difference because of what we had left to work with and stuff. One die off. We won was just above the bottom doom thing. It was really close.
That is awesome.
Came down to a die.
That's awesome. You want it to be close, right?
Yeah. It's amazing how the development, the design of that is that tight.
Yeah.
Like even when we lost, it felt like we could have done it if we just did this. Like we had that discussion, right?
Yeah.
Every time I played, every time I lost, we'd be like, oh, we should have done this. We should have, there was if it's a game like this is an old one, right? Ghost Stories, but with Ghost Stories, when you lose, you're just like, I guess the deck was just against me. I mean, you can think, oh, maybe I should have fought that or that, but it doesn't feel like you have the agency to change what was written in the stars before you even started, kind of thing.
Yeah.
With this Lord of the Rings one, man, it's awesome. And I'm not a big cooperative fan, so that's how you know it's good. I mean, plus all the other people that say it's good and it's got rewards and stuff. So
it's good.
But my word, that's gonna sell it.
Speaking of Matt Leacock and how he makes games that come down to the wire, I picked up a game at Origins in the virtual flea market just because of its name, and the kids, both of them, they love the concept of mole rats and naked mole rats.
Mole rats? Oh, mole rats. Okay. Thought you were saying mole rats, like the Kevin Smith movie.
No, mole rats.
Kids like mole rats?
They call themselves, when they're taking baths or taking showers, they call themselves naked mole rats, and they think it's hysterical. So there's a game by Matt Leacock that I did not know Matt made called Mole Rats in Space.
Huh.
Yep. It's a real game. And it's a cooperative take on basically snakes and ladders, or chutes and ladders. And the kids have been playing it pretty regularly and accurately. And they understand the concepts of the game. So there's three or four rings to the game. Yeah, it's space. Yeah, it's mole rats in space.
Cooperative game for kids.
So go to a picture. Yeah. So the idea is to get to the center escape pod.
It looks like them.
So it does. So that's your space station, and the center escape pod is where you want to get. There are 4 objects. You can kind of see the squares and the rings. There are objects you need to kind of repair the escape pod in order to shoot off. You have to get all 4 of them. And the mole rats, the pieces, have a backpack, and you could put them in the backpack, just like Ghost Fight and Treasure Hunters, which I loved about that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yep.
So you move around, and there's 2 things. You have a card in hand, and the card will either both or move a mole rat or move all mole rats, add a snake or move snakes, and they can do any one of the other. And the snakes can move to a ladder and climb the ladder, and move to a chute and go out the chute. But some of those chutes, if you look at like the upper right one, goes out into space.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get a snake to go, or you end up landing on one of those, you are out in space, you're done, right? The snake is gone, but you also lose. And they understand when it comes to moving the snake, like 2 or 3, you can move you 1 or 2, you can move the snake 1 or 2. They know to move it, more Luca, but Mika's getting there. They know to move it to one of those locations, and they know that if they land on a snake, on a ladder, it's going to climb up. And if a snake gets into the escape pod, you lose. But everyone's got a med kit, so you can get eaten once. So if you get bit, you use the med kit, you go back to the beginning, so you get like a one-off. But the concept of that, like, it was really fun, and it comes down to the wire. Most of the games will come down to like the snake gets in the pod, or we just need one more thing to get to the pod to win. And it's just the way Matt kind of does his games. He gives it a kind of fun story, but gets it down to the wire, where there isn't like an auto win. You don't feel like you crushed a game. It's always coming down to the end. Even this game that was made for kids, which I had, the only reason I got this game was because it was Mole Rats. And it ended up being, I saw Matt's face on the back, and I'm like, holy shit, it was Matt's game.
Wow. I mean, you spend 5 years making a big, heavy game. People complain about being heavy. And you could have just made this.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. It was fun. And it's got an orange player piece, which I loved.
Yeah. Orange and yellow. Both my colors.
Yep.
Player colors.
Yeah, this was a fun one. I enjoyed that one. But yeah, Matt,
so that's
Matt
your
just
number
makes great
5 for 2019?
No, it didn't come out in 2019.
That's 2017, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're safe there. Otherwise, I would have forced it to be.
Mm-hmm.
You can. Oh, there's a green player too.
Mm-hmm. And blue.
And blue. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cute.
But the cards are like, there's a top and a bottom, and you can't not do one. You have to do, if there's a top and a bottom, you have to do both. But you do the top first, then you do the bottom. And there's only 3 of each color snake, so if you have to put the 4th one out, you lose. But you can cycle them through, like if they go out in the airlock, they come back in, kind of thing. It's fun. It was definitely fun, definitely geared towards kids, but it felt like it got down to the wire so many times, and it makes sense that it's one of Matt's games, because it always comes, like you were saying about Lord of the Rings, it always comes down. There's never a clear win. It's never clean. It usually comes down. Like, you're usually a couple turns away, which is kind of a good game because it makes you want to do more. Like you were saying, Ghost Stories. Sometimes Ghost Stories just stomps on your face, and it's relentless. And you don't feel like you ever won. Like you even had a chance to win. But it always makes you want to play again because you could do something better, or we should have done that, or we should have paid attention to the village locations, or something stands out in those games that make you want to hit that game again. The first 4 times we played that game, we lost. But we wanted to play again. It's fun.
Nice. Yeah. No, that's cool. I like it.
Mole Rats in space.
Yeah, hadn't heard of that one, but kids games, I wouldn't be in the market for it right now.
Right.
No,
you make it a drinking game.
I like the backpack thing though.
It's one of the things I loved about Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters.
Yeah.
And that was the first game I remember them having that kind of thing, and sure enough, here's that.
I think the first game I can remember of like plastic pieces carrying things are Black Fleet.
The cubes on the ships.
Yeah, you put the cubes on the actual ships and they move around. Mm-hmm. Underappreciated game, actually, Black Fleet, I think.
That came out in 2014.
Yeah. That might have been in my 2014 video. Not sure.
So Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters came out in 2013.
Huh. Well, then there you go. Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters wins.
Ghost Fighting. Well, when was
There might have been something before that too, but who knows?
Was it Tiny Epic Dungeons? What was the Tiny Epic Kingdoms that had the item meeples?
Oh, the mechs and all that. That was after Quest. That was Was it Quest? It might have been Quest because
It
I think
wasn't
you get swords
Galaxies.
and stuff like that.
So Tiny
Epic.
Epic Kingdoms came out in 14. Galaxies was 15.
Yeah.
Western was 16.
This
Was
is
it
a mystery
Quest?
we need not solve.
Yeah, it was Quest. That's the one that looks like Zelda with the item
Okay.
meeple. It was Tiny Epic Quest, which was 2017.
Nice.
Same as Blackfleet. No,
Um,
Blackfleet was 14. Sorry, I lied.
Oh, it was 14. Yeah, so like I said, it's been 40 episodes since we did 2018.
Right.
Mostly because lots of different stuff was going on. Brought in guests and all, but I realized it'd been a while, and I thought, well, maybe we stopped because it wasn't a very good year. And then I looked at what came out in 2019. I was like, oh my god, this is like half my collection here. Like, I went crazy buying these games because I had a ton of these games.
Mm-hmm.
Also worked on some of them, which is a pretty good year. So yeah, I was happy with that one. So yeah, this is a good game. This is a good year for games. Very happy with that. And you said you don't think we have any crossover?
I know which ones you're gonna pick.
You don't know what I'm gonna. You don't know.
I
what
know.
I'm gonna pick?
I know two for sure that you're
Sure.
gonna pick.
Fine.
And technically, you shouldn't. You shouldn't talk about one of them because it's on your legacy.
Yeah, I'm not. It's going to be on
Okay.
my legacy. Yeah.
All right, good. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a crossover because these are our top 5, not like the best games to come out in 2019. It's personal, right? These are
No,
personal.
they're the best ones that came out. My list is
Okay, to you.
Yeah, which is the only thing that matters.
Sure. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any crossover.
Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got a long list of games here. I did my top 5, and then kind of like 6, 7, 8, 9, in case we did have crossover.
I have
But
14.
yeah, I imagine I have some of yours in this long list of them, but we'll see.
Maybe.
I know you like to pull out the weird ones that some dude made 5 of, and you
Mhm.
bought all 5 of them, and
Mhm.
all that weird stuff. Somebody made
No,
stuff out of
no.
clay, and yeah, okay,
The only game I do of that is this.
yeah, some dude made some weird ones there. Why is it right next to you?
So I can pull it up for moments
Right.
like that.
Okay. By the way, your troubles are upside down behind you.
Nope. Mine are right side up. Yours are backwards.
So, other announcements.
Yeah. I'm under a month away from QSCon, which is both exhilarating and frightening.
The 15th. Is that right?
It starts the 16th. Yeah,
16th.
there it is. Yeah. So that's a month away. A month from yesterday, technically. I mean, the 16th of September. 5 days this year, so I'm very excited about it growing. Looking forward to seeing everybody, obviously. But before then, this Saturday, if you're local and you're watching this before the 22nd of August, this Saturday at Destiny, which is our giant local mall, where QSCon Tuesday happens at Bullfinch, is at the mall. We're having tabletop day, and QSCon partners with our local game store, Play the Game, with Retro Game Con, who puts on a video game focused convention basically 2 weeks after QSCon. It brings in about 7,000 people over the weekend, all focused on like retro video gaming. Has an analog. Me and Jason we have a room downstairs where a bunch of people come and play games for the weekend as well. But Retro Game Con, myself, Play the Game, along with Destiny, who helps us and gives us this giant area to play in, and Bullfinch. We have raffles for Extra Life, and it's just a free community event where anyone can come and play games for a day.
Cool.
So if you're local and you're looking to play games, come hang out at the mall on Saturday.
So tabletop day, is this the new one or the old one that Wesley from Star Trek
No.
Will Wheaton.
I mean, so it went
Will
that
Wheaton,
went
sorry.
down a while, right? Like they just stopped
Yeah.
doing it,
And I
we
think it was
just-
earlier in the year, like May or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, usually I think it was April and May, and then I think somebody started keeping it going, or somebody tried to
What was that
revive it.
one called? I can't remember.
It was Tabletop Day. They called it
Oh,
Tabletop
okay.
Day.
So
And they had promos. They had a whole bunch of
Yeah.
stuff. Yep. But they stopped supporting it. And I don't remember when, but when QSCon started and you know we befriended Retro and we're all friends now. We decided to put a little thing together in the mall and we just called it's our Tabletop Day.
Okay, because they just announced bringing it back.
Like Tabletop Day?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so next year probably won't be Tabletop Day.
I just saw it like announced somewhere. If someone has more details, tell us in the comments.
Yeah,
But,
please do. Well, I mean, if they are bringing it back, that's great because then we could tap into that side of things, and maybe if they are going to do promos again and support different things, our local shop can grab some of those promos and we can give them out in raffles and prizes and whatever. So,
well, I know Will Wheaton and Felicia Day are coming back to do the board game stuff again.
Tabletop, yeah, they're reviving the thing.
That's probably why they're doing it again.
Yeah, it's good. That's great. I mean, it helped so many people find board gaming, and the promos were always it's something I wish continued a little bit or was stronger and grew. Those promos that were given to like local shops
I made a few of them, yeah.
To foster. Yeah, you did. I think it's an important piece of the puzzle that we've been missing over the past X amount of years.
I think my which isn't around anymore, but my local game store at the time did like tournaments of smaller games, which is really fun and cool. Normally, there's just nothing but Magic tournaments, so it's fun to have like board game tournaments. You know, usually shorter ones. You know, something like Cascadia or something like that. But
right.
Yeah, no, I think they should do more of that. That's cool.
Yeah. I was just talking to Karen, you know Karen, about she spearheads the tournaments at QSCon. We have the New York State Championships and the Road to Gen Con stuff, but really the fun games Karen does and puts on, and we were just going over our schedule, and we have a threesome from Arcane Wonders, a threesome from All Play. AEG's got a couple that she's putting on there. We're doing an unfair tournament, a quicks tournament.
Nice.
It's always great to have those things because I mean they don't always have to be the new.
Did you say a quicks tournament?
Quicks, yeah.
What's quicks?
It's like a roll and write.
Oh,
okay. It's an older game.
Okay.
I think I'm saying right. QUIXX, I think.
Oh, okay. I've seen that word. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Okay.
Is it quicks?
Don't know.
I'm typing it and it's not coming up. Not quacks.
Well, then you're wrong. That's what I thought you were saying was a quacks.
No.
Quicks tournament would be fun. How long do you think a game should be for a tournament?
It depends on the game, I think.
Like I've been in Ticket to Ride tournaments. I've been in Seven Wonders tournaments. I've never been in like faster game versions of that.
I can't find it. I thought it was quicks. Maybe not. Yeah, I think it depends on the game, right? One of my favorite. I've talked about this. What did Cody say?
At a horoscope tournament.
Is that Heroscape? And it just corrected itself to horoscope?
Because
if it was horoscope, it's probably why Toys R Us isn't around anymore.
How do you? If you're a Gemini, you win.
There it is. QWIXX.
Oh, okay.
I was saying it wrong. Heroscape. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. That's a good term.
Yeah, I think so. One of my favorites, one of the first things when I was going down, remember I told you about the convention last week on the Rundown show. I talked about 2013 being the first convention I ever went to. That next year in 2014, I volunteered. That's when I met Richard, my co-designer on Batman. In 2014, I volunteered to be at the convention, and I helped run the registration table, and I learned that there was a pandemic survival tournament. And I know I've talked about this on the show before, but it was one of my most favorite things ever. To see 12 different teams of 2 playing the same infection deck as the same roles. Nothing is different. I was infecting everybody the same way, and everyone had the same roles. Like, everything was the same. And to see the different board states throughout that tournament was fascinating to me. And that game, you could die pretty quickly, and you could last quite a while, because it wasn't eradicating the viruses. All you had to do was cure all 4. First one to do it, or last person standing, last team standing. And I think that game did what it was supposed to do, right? It didn't overstay. It wasn't too long. It was easy to teach what was going on. But everything also in that tournament was timed. The first turn you had a minute and a half or a minute 45, and then every subsequent turn after that was timed at a minute 14. So you had that much time, because you don't want to. You're not dillying in that game. You want to do your thing, and you don't want people to min max it. You want it. So it was limited. It was time limited, but for a reason. And I think some games need that, especially if you're doing a tournament. But then some games need a bracket. Some games need, that bracket style system where it could take, like, today's the quarterfinals, tomorrow's the semis, and Sunday is the finals or whatever. So I think anything longer than an hour and a half or 2 hours for one game is a little much. But
in the Ticket to Ride one I was in, every next tier that you went up, they played with different map.
Oh, nice.
Until the very last turn, with only 4 players left, plays the original game. Which
that's cool.
Was really kind of cool, because you don't feel like, I gotta play Ticket to Ride again. This time I'm doing the European one and stuff like that. Yeah. So.
Right. I ran at that Dice Tower Con. I ran a Sagrada tournament when I was back.
Yeah.
I had Daryl stop by, but I had everybody playing the same. It was 4-player games, and then the 2. I forget how many tables we had, but 2 and 2 played. But what I did was I switched it up on them. If you're familiar with Sagrada, I had columns being color variation and rows being the shade variation. But in the finals, I switched it. So everyone's mind you saw just come out on the table.
Man.
It hated me so much. It was so funny. I loved it. It was mean. It was very mean.
You know what they ought to do with tournaments? They ought to do campaign games that have, like, chapter to chapter story, so that everybody's on chapter 1, but whoever does it best gets to continue to chapter 2, and the others get kicked out, until finally you have one table that finishes the last chapter.
That's pretty cool.
It'd be an all-day tourney, but
well, it depends on the scenarios, right? Each campaign could be less than an hour, and you'd have setup, and then you do 4 campaigns, maybe. Yeah, it'd be a long one.
It would depend on how many campaigns there are too. Like, we tried to do the speaking of Ticket to Ride, the Ticket to Ride Legacy all in one day. We ended up having to skip 2 of them to finish it. Like, just in the middle, we were like, skip 2, because it was like 10 hours. So we did it at a convention, right? But maybe it wasn't 10, but it felt like it near the end. We were like, okay, it's time to be done with this.
Yeah, you don't want it to be too rinse repeat.
Yeah, 12 is a bit too much. But if you could find, like, a campaign one that has, like, 5 chapters, something like that.
Yeah,
is that a thing? What's the shortest campaign game? Does anybody know?
I mean,
this game comes with 4 stories, and that's it. Not counting expansions. But
why isn't Fate of the Fellowship a campaign game?
Because it doesn't go to a different chapter. You just have to keep trying to win the same way.
But can it be a 1-chapter campaign? Like, we're going out on a campaign?
No. It's got to be at least, like, a story between games. Each game progresses the story. But what game has come out with the least amount of those stories? Like, I would think 6 seems like a good number. A lot of these used to come out with 12. It seemed like 12 was the number, but it's just too much. There were too many of them. People never finished it.
Yeah, 10 seemed to be normal too for a while.
I think I'd be more inclined to get a campaign game if it only had like 5 or 6 chapters. You know what I mean? Like, finish it and go, that was a great story.
And you're good. Yeah. 4 missions. Well, I don't know.
Andrew?
Hey, Andrew.
Fast and Furious Highway Heist. I think I have that game.
The Funko
I
game.
haven't learned it.
I
Is that
think
the...
Do you remember the old school Lord of the Rings Knizia game with the green box from Fantasy Flight? It was cooperative.
No, I don't think I played it.
It's good. I think it's still pretty good. But I think it had 3 boards, and each one was flippable. So it had 6 campaigns, and you would run through the campaigns. But I don't think you unlocked anything. Right? You either did it or you didn't, and you went to the next thing, and you did it or you didn't.
Yeah, it doesn't have to unlock stuff to be a campaign. I think it just needs to go from chapter to chapter, right? Okay, now we're fighting them in this place. Now we're moving to this thing and solving this crime. Now we're, it's like a different storyline as you progress.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting. That's a good topic of conversation, like what makes it a campaign rather than scenario, right? A campaign, I feel like things are unlocking. You might reset your health, you might reset your shield. But I feel like a campaign, when I hear campaign, I think of unlocks, right? I think of upgrades, I think of weapons, I think of something that's being enhanced from chapter to chapter. Whereas scenarios, how many scenarios? Like Captain Flip has 4 scenarios in the box, right? There's different ships
Never played.
that you can play. Captain Flip is great.
But scenario is different than chapter. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, each one could be a chapter. So there could be you finish the chapter 1, then there's a little preamble, and then you go on to chapter 2, but it's just scenario based. It's still the same. It still fits the mold, but campaign wise, I feel like it has to have some sort of shop upgrade, like some place where you can go and spend your XP or spend your gold and get a new weapon or upgrade what you have. Or I feel like it's got something.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to make a game that only has like 4 chapters in it, and then just still expansions of like the next 2 chapters, the next 2 chapters, so that you can play the 4 and be like, that was cool, don't need to play anymore, or buy the next 2, buy the next. Yeah, I would be more enticed to play it if you could ease me in that way instead of the 12 chapter. That's daunting. How many games have you really played 12 of?
Yeah.
In a short enough period to where you'd remember the last game and what happened.
Yeah. You don't have to relearn it every time.
Yeah. Like if it's not in my top 10 games, I don't know if I've played it 12 times. Besides my own, but that doesn't count. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Any other announcements? Not that any of that was an announcement other than
I think we got next week's topic.
What, make a campaign game?
No, like top 5 campaign games or top 5 chapter games or top 5.
Yeah, I don't know if I've played enough. Like I haven't finished them, so how can I say it's top 5, right? I'm trying to think. The only one I have finished is Taking the Ride, and I haven't really finished it because I skipped 2 chapters, right?
True.
But I played a lot of them. I just haven't finished any of them. I got halfway through Charterstone. I still need to play Fenris. That started that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I need to play more games. That's the lesson here.
Play more games.
I
have no more. I have no more. It's weird because we were on the rundown on Wednesday, and I talked about games that I played at Tuesday's QSCon. Usually I'm talking about what I played last week when I play games, but I already talked about them on Wednesday.
Cool.
That computer game, which was like...
Yeah, in case you did miss it, we were on Board Game Rundown on Wednesday, Whiskey Wednesday. Go check that out if this isn't enough for you. Enough of us talking. I was on 3 different shows yesterday.
You were?
Or last week.
You were?
I was on the whatever. Where do I work? Cardboard Alchemy. I was on Cardboard Alchemy stream. It's Monday. What do you want?
It's okay.
Yeah. All right. We ready to jump into our top 5?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
Remember how to do it?
Yeah, we'll see. It's been a little while, actually. I just changed the banner from the birthday one.
Oh, wow.
That was in June.
Yeah, it's June.
It's been a while since we did top 5. Yeah.
It has been.
All right. So we're doing top 5 games from 2019. Interpretation isn't that hard here. In case you're wondering how to figure that out easily, you can go to BGG and go up to the search and do advanced search and just put in the year, and then you'll see everything
Mhm.
that came out in 2019. It is a lot, but I think they naturally put it in order of like ranking on BGG. So they put it in something on like.
They do, but you literally got to click the rank, and then it'll put them in order from highest rank to
Then
lowest.
what
rank.
order do you get it in naturally?
I'll do it now, but I'm not. It's definitely not in rank order.
Is it not? Huh.
Because I've done it before where it's not. It's definitely not in rank order, unless
Yeah.
they've changed it. Then maybe that's been an update.
So, for instance, if you, by the way, just point it
Yeah,
out
because once
it
you do
doesn't
it,
ever
rank-
happen. But there you go.
the top 4 things is 38, 48, 144, 139, 55,
okay.
40, 54. It's definitely not in order.
Okay. Just pointing out for fun. Whisperwood #1. It's not going to always happen. So,
Exciting.
But yeah, just go up here to the search, do an advanced search, put in 2019 right here and here, and then hit submit. You'll see a bunch of stuff and tell us what your top 5s are.
Mhm.
I'm not going to do it here because then you'll see what I've clicked on and everything.
Smart.
Give away the special sauce. That's a
you don't want
saying,
to do
right?
that. That's
Is that
like
the-
sharing your Amazon cart on live.
Is that a
TV.
saying? Give away the special sauce?
You come up with weird ones. You hybridize different things and come up with your own. So
Yeah, I think it's because I don't pay attention usually to those things until I need them, and then I pull from just weird stuff. But anyway, do you want to do number? Do you want to start?
Yeah, I'm happy to start.
All right, give us your number 5.
Out of the gate, number 5. I'm surprised you clicked on the right button there for numbers.
I know. I had to think about it.
That's good. I'm glad you pulled it off. All right, so out of the gate, number 5, I have to come out with Funkoverse.
Funkoverse, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We're not going to have crossovers.
No, we're definitely not going to have crossover. So
okay, you're going to have to give me a specific one because there's a billion of them.
I guess you can go to the Batman one if you want.
The DC one?
Any of them.
This one is 2019, so that counts.
Yeah, Funkoverse rolled out in 2019. So I was with Funko at the time that this was rolling out, and that Gen Con of 2019, we had our own room, and it was all focused on this game being the hotness. But the style of that game, it's a skirmish game, and it was interesting in the fact that you could have anybody fight anybody that was available in these Funkoverse games, right? And they ended up having Golden Girls, and they have Harry Potter, and they have Batman, and they have Marvel, they have the Universal
Before
Monsters.
Unmatched.
Yeah, but yeah. So you could have one of my favorite things was you could team up Batman with Betty White, right, from Golden Girls, and Betty White could have the Batarang, and Batman could have the cheesecake, and that's your team on the table fighting all the different maps and all the different styles. And it was really cool, that mashup of things. But one of my favorite pieces of this game was the cooldown track. Every time you did something, if you spent your gems or a character got the Kool-Aid Man, a character got knocked out, Jurassic Park is part of it now. Anytime anything like that happened where you spent your gems to do a special ability or you got knocked out, you went on the cooldown track. And depending on what you did, you went on a certain number of the cooldown track, and it went from 3 to 2 to 1 and then off the thing. And it just took some time off, right? If I spent a red and a green gem to perform an ability that was at a cost of 2, say, then that gem would go on to the 2 of the cooldown track, and then the end of the round it would go to 1, the end of the round it would come off. And I really love that nature of it because it kept things kind of at bay where you couldn't just pummel somebody. Your team could, like, if you had a really nice team up and you had the gems to do it, you can perform those hot abilities a couple times in a row and just really just pounce on somebody. But it gave this kind of leveling to the game where it was just all bets are off. You can play with anybody on anybody's team. And I loved it. I thought it was super clever. I had never seen anything like that cooldown track before. And then the ability of crossing these IPs in this world of fun it was very inviting.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I almost just want it just for the Funkos, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely gotten a couple used copies just to give the kids those toys for sure. Taking the Batarang and the mallet from Harley out and stuff like that. But like the Jurassic Park sets, like they got the dinosaurs. Like, why not?
Yeah. That's good. What does it say? Got a lot of sets, but did not get the Jaws set because I put the jars on land maintenance. It's Land Shark.
It did.
Land Shark.
That was one of the first times. So the thing with that was they didn't want to do the chases. They weren't going to do what they do with normal pops and have chase variants. And they ended up doing that. They had the blood one for Bruce. They had the glitter one for the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. And then they came out with LeBron James as one from Space Jam for this game. And then I had everything up until that point. And then I was like, okay.
Then what
I was out of it. And the Universal Monsters one was fun, right? You get the mummy. Then they had the clear mummy and the wrapped mummy. So that was a variant.
Nice.
So then they started doing the chases in this, and it kind of lost. I don't know. It lost it for me. But I think the game is fun. It's easy to teach. The way the skirmish goes, right? It's a square grid. There's line of sight. There's movement restrictions and stuff like that, and the knockdowns. Like it's kind of an easy intro into a skirmish type game. Whereas like Star Wars Imperial Assault skirmish is much harder to get into because there's a lot more rules that you got to teach. This one's a nice intro level kind of skirmish game.
Cool. My number 5, speaking of monsters, historical monsters or whatever you call it. Horrified. There you go. Mm-hmm. Is that one you could have guessed on my...
No way. I would never have guessed this.
Horrified's a great game.
I know. That's why it's on my list of things I'm not going to talk about because Chris is going to mention them.
It is my only cooperative game for the list. Help you out there. Try to figure out what else is coming. There's a ton of different ones. Mm-hmm. This is the first one. I'm trying to think. I played the World Monsters one. Nice. I have the D&D one, and I have the Greek one. Mm-hmm. But I don't have the American Monsters one. I think there's another one too.
Yeah, and they just came out with the second D&D one too, right? Ravenloft.
Oh, Ravensloft, right? Yeah. I don't have that. But in any case, all of them seem really fun. The ones I've played are really good. I love this graphic, by the way, with the hair, the torch. Mm-hmm. There we go. There's the board. Yeah, run around, try to take out these awesome monsters. It's still fun to go back to the original sometimes. Really easy to get into, very easy to play. I think the teach is usually like 5 minutes. I usually don't even get into how to defeat the monster that much, other than just like, yeah, he wants you to collect blue and red ones. Or we'll get to it as we play, that kind of thing. And I usually don't teach that way, but this game really, just because it's cooperative and you get into it, makes it easy that way. So yeah, really like Horrified. Still do.
It's a better pandemic.
There's all the cool monsters. I mean, this guy's a dick. I don't like him. I do like Frankenstein and the Bride. That's a good one. Mummy's decent. Wolfman. I don't remember how to play the Wolfman. You're trying to cure him, I think. Of course, you're just trying to stab Dracula. Nobody ever tries to cure Dracula. Just trying to stab him. And Creature of the Black Lagoon, which was my dad's favorite old monster. So I remember he used to watch that movie all the time. Very boring movie. But yeah. Horrified.
Go on.
So, and then we're going to do the sneaky thing. So I'm going to do my number 4.
I wonder if Horrified was one of the first like big titles that was in Target.
Yeah. I think 2019 really kind of was on the part where Target started getting board games, which scared me because then, of course, the big pandemic thing happened, and I thought, oh, that's just going to crash that whole momentum.
Yeah.
But no, still going, so it's good.
Yeah. Yep.
My number 4 is one that again you're gonna know. I can't apologize for the fact that you're going to just be able to guess all of mine here because you know me so well. But obviously, Star Wars has got to pop in at some point. Outer Rim.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite. Let me put in a category that makes sense. Sandbox Ameritrash game. Because there are sandbox other things, sandbox Euros, stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is the go around, do whatever you want to do, try to earn fame. Whoever gets 10 fame wins kind of thing, right?
Right.
And of course, it has that flaw that all Ameritrash or whatever you want to call it, Amerithrash or whatever, American games have, which is sometimes you could just have turns that don't do much.
Mm-hmm.
You go somewhere, you rolled some dice, nothing happened. It's like Talisman or even Arkham Horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see, by the way, that they're coming out with a new edition of Arkham Horror Second Edition?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for you to try it and tell me what you think.
I'm excited.
But yeah, I mean, you get to play Han Solo. I love the fact, by the way, that in this picture, this artwork that they did, they put the body, or at least the jacket, the clothes of the Solo character, but Harrison Ford's face on top. It's kind of cool. Yeah, go around, do bounties, get into missions, try to do Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs, all that stuff. So
Pick up and deliver in the Star Wars universe.
yeah, pick up and deliver. You could do that. You could fight the Empire. You can run from the huts, all that stuff. That you're trying to get good with some of the factions, which sometimes makes it bad for other factions. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. On Arkham. So not a 4th edition, just it's a revision of 2nd edition.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means any rules changes. It might just be like, let's fix some of the spelling errors and put new art on it, for all I know. So
there is a treasure trove of stuff that they can pull from now. Yeah, I'm excited.
Anyway, that's my number 4. Outer Rim, predictable.
Keep going. Also, hi Bob. All right, I will match your number 4 with a Star Wars game of my own.
What? You would pick another Star Wars game other than this one?
Dark Side Rising.
Oh, I didn't know that was this year.
Dark Side Rising came out this year. And we got to talk about it with Andrew, who designed the Rising. At least I think he was involved in the first 3 Rising games. But I really, it's a very simple game. It's not a very complicated game at all. But I really like the Thanos Rising game. It was out, the high of all the Avengers movies and all that stuff happening, and it was just fun. And then they came out with Star Wars, but it did not have a North American release. This one, because of restrictions, was not an easy one to track down. But I think what makes the game, and the game is easy, right? You roll, you keep some stuff, you roll, you keep some stuff, that Yahtzee mechanism. But what makes this game fascinating is Andrew and the team that had to work on this one had to live within a certain amount of parameters because the game takes place at a certain time, and all of the characters in the game had to have been able to meet each other in some way, in passing, at a bar, whatever they were doing. So you couldn't have something totally ridiculous with like Darth Maul and Rey. Like it just couldn't happen. So the characters that are all in this game theoretically could have crossed paths at some point. But the game's super simple. I mean, it's punishing where Vader is gonna certain cards are gonna come up. It's gonna turn Vader. It's gonna do damage in a certain sector. But you're trying to collect, and you feel like you're putting together a team in these games. The SpongeBob one a little bit weirder of a game, but this one and Thanos more specifically, you really do feel like you're putting together a unit, like a team that's going to fight in this war. So you're looking like when Chewie comes up, like you just gravitate towards Chewie or R2 or whatever, and you're putting together like Hera, and now she's your pilot. Like there's this consistency in what you're doing in the game that doesn't. I mean, it's you just roll dice and you're trying to satisfy what's on the card to claim the card or to defeat the bad guys. But it's just a super simple game, and it's a fun dice chucker, and it's in the Star Wars universe. And I love this one. I still
Very
love
cool.
it.
I need to play this. I haven't played it.
Oh, it's great. It's so great.
Cool. He looks very menacing there.
I mean, sitting in the center of the table is same with Thanos, right? With the Infinity Gauntlet in the center and just doing its thing, right? When you roll, you satisfy the one die, and it's going to turn Vader or not. Vader could just stay in the same sector and just damage shit, and just the cards that are on the table, like not only your team. I like the way that the center is now the Death Star, whereas the center and the other one are the Infinity Stones, and you're fighting against that thing happening, right? When the Death Star starts activating all its different things, bad shit's gonna happen. But around the board are the team members that you want to collect, or the bad guys you're trying to defeat. And if Vader stays in the same sector and damages people in that sector, and you, if you happen to have your token there, and Chewie's down to his last life, you feel like you need to go over there and save your friend. Like it just the way this game puts the pressure on you as the player in such an easy way it's fantastic. I love the way this game came out.
That's cool.
It's fun. Nice.
Then we're on to your number 3, I believe.
This is where it can go in many different directions.
Shouldn't be. You already should have them numbered from most to least, and you're just going backwards.
Sure, yeah, but in an alternate universe, I've talked about any one of these games before I've talked about any of the other games. So,
Sure.
But I'm going to talk about, for my number 3, Bosk. Has to be mentioned in this list. Bosk is
that one I could have guessed.
It's such a great game, and anytime I get to talk about this game for multiple reasons, Erica and Daryl, they're friends of mine. I think they put together a phenomenal game. Quan Chai's art, I think this is the first time that I was introduced to Quan Chai as an artist, and his art in this game is just stellar. But what gets me on this game, the board is double-sided, so depending on if you're playing 2 or 3 or 4 players, there's a different layout, so it makes it a little tighter for the number of players. But what makes this game, you're just playing through 4 seasons. You're playing through a year of this game. And throughout the year, things happen in nature that this game does. First thing you're going to do is plant trees. And you're going to put those trees that you see there with the number on top on the vertices of the rows and the columns on the grid of the map. It doesn't matter if it's in water or whatever. The number on it is going to, so that's the spring. You plant the trees in the spring. Everybody has 8 trees, 2 of each number. So you have 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, and you put them all out, and that's spring. Summer, the hikers come through, and they will give you a score based on the majority in the rows and the columns. So if Chris is playing orange and I'm playing purple, and Chris has a 2, say going top to bottom in this grid, say Chris has a 2 in that row and I have a 4, I have majority, so I get first place points. And then as you wrap around and you're looking from right to left or left to right, maybe Chris has a 4 and a 2 in that row, and now he has majority in that row, so he's getting points. So the way that you're putting down your trees is giving you majority in the rows and the columns, okay, for summer. But then in the fall, the leaves fall from the tree. So yeah, you end up with something like that. So in the fall, the leaves fall from the trees, and on your turn, based on the wind, the way the wind is blowing, and that's the track that was at the bottom of that last picture, you're going to pick a tree, and you're going to drop leaves in the direction of the wind based on that number card that you drop. So that 5 that just went off screen, if I played that 5, I would drop 5 leaves from whatever round we're in. I don't see the marker, so I don't know what they're in for that. But let's say we were in zoom in again. Let's say we were go to the right. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then asterisk along the way. If we were round 3, so a 3, on our turn, Chris and I would have to pluck a 3 tree from the board, meaning the 3 on the top, and then we would drop in the direction of the wind, which looks like that way is going north, top of the board. Yep. We would play a card and drop that many leaves from the tree, which in that case would be a 5. So I would be dropping 5 leaves in succession from the base of a 3 tree in a cone kind of shape. And there's rules to it that just, once you get into it, is super simple. It's harder for me to understand without it being in front of me. But then you take the tree off the board. So that 3 tree would come off, and then Chris would go, and then we'd go to 4, and then we'd pick a 4 tree. Then you go to the asterisk, which lets you pick any tree you want. And you do that for all of the trees. And it goes from and then in the winter, we're scoring area majority of all of those different colored areas based on a top-down view of the leaves in the area. So you're getting area majority of that green and that blue and that gray based on how many of our leaves we have. And you can put on top, you can create a leaf pile. It costs you a little bit extra. But this game, the beauty of this game is you put out the board and there's nothing on it. And then at the end of the spring, it's populated with all these trees. Then all the trees come off and it has all these leaves doing, and there's this natural progression of the board that represents the seasons throughout this game that I think is absolutely beautiful.
It's a gorgeous game. Yeah.
It's great. It's fantastic.
The one time I played it, I think we played it on the show. The one time I played it, I did horribly at it because it's one of those games where the second game you're like, oh, okay, this is how this kind of works. Like you just described it all and stuff, but once you see the leaves going down and the other person taking areas and stuff, you're like, oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah. And I that second play, so I just lost.
It directly, when you place the trees in the spring, when you're placing those trees in the grid, you are directly influencing the area majority later. And it's fascinating how that game, and you're right, the second play, you're like, oh, I get it. And you want to play it again. And it's quick. I mean, this game is under 20 minutes. But it's so beautiful to watch that board state go from just a board to all of these trees and then to these leaves. And as the trees start coming off the board, there's like this mix of trees and leaves. It really is a beautiful game. And that thick white line, if you see the one space in, that's for 2-player, 3-player, and then the other side is 4-player, I believe, or some variation of that. So the game does present itself. It stacks for the number of players. Like it scales itself really well too.
And that's Bosk.
There's Bosk. Yep.
That's what it's called. Good pick.
Yeah, I love this game. I couldn't recommend it more.
My number 3 is can you give a guess? Guess what the first letter is.
I would say it's higher, but I'm gonna go with does it begin with a T?
You suck. Tapestry. Is that the one you were thinking?
I have 2 on the top of my list that are going to be on here, and that is one of them. And I bet you, either his second or his first is also going to start with a T.
Shut up. So Tapestry, a lot of people know this game. If you don't know this game, That's perfectly fine. I can tell you a little bit about it. You are basically building a civilization, but don't get too excited because you're not. I think that's the downfall of this game is that it got sold as a Civ game, and especially back then, Civ games meant 4X. You know, building civilizations and all this tech trees and all that, all this crazy stuff. And he did a fantastic job of doing that theme of Civ building, but it is not the mechanisms of a Civ building. But despite that, even though I love those kind of games as well, despite that, I still love the mechanisms of this game. I think it's really good. I have 2 of the 3 expansions. I think there's 3. I have some expansions. But there's some parts of it, like, the tech trees are very basic. They're just cards that give you bonuses, things like that. You're building your own little town off to the side with those big. I'm surprised there aren't more pictures of them. You're building with the little pieces like that, the different huts and stuff. But you're also building with those. Where are the big pieces? Like, this is a bad picture of them because they're all in the thing. But giant,
pieces that don't fit on the grid correctly.
Yeah, they look like, well, they kind of fit on the grid.
They kind of do.
Yeah, there you go. It's a good picture of it. Yeah. But it looks like some kid made them with Play-Doh, right? Like, there's something kind of fun and silly about them. But yeah, I mean, I like making these things. The powers that they give you. I didn't see any pictures of the actual map where you're building out.
There is one in there.
They need better pictures in here. But the whole thing's about going up tracks. There's 4 different tracks, unless you have expansions. Going up those different tracks, first person up to certain parts, gets new buildings. It gets harder and harder to go up those tracks. But the exploring one, at first you're exploring just like little land around you. Eventually you're exploring space, which is pretty cool. But, I think if you get the idea of a 4X sprawling giant Civ game out of your head and just go into it with, let's try a game that's going to be, 90 minutes? Something like that? Maybe a little longer? 2 hours?
Yeah, depends.
Kind of depends on who you're playing with and how well you know it and stuff. At the end of it, though, I'm still having fun. Cool stuff is happening. I don't know if I feel like I built a civilization, but I did have fun. I think the game mechanically is fun, especially if you do the little caveat thing where you, like I said, like he has come out with what factions are more powerful and but a couple fixes and stuff. All I did was I took his list of what's the most powerful to the least powerful, split them to where you can either have really powerful ones or low power ones, put those 2 in a bag, and then we choose at the beginning which bag we are. That way you're all kind of at the same power level in your factions.
Yeah.
Since I did that, it's felt fair and good. So, yeah. It's Tapestry.
It's a good. I really did enjoy that game. I haven't played it in a while, and I'm dying to. I've actually purposefully kept this one out, so if I have an opportunity to play it, I would. The only thing with it, and this was pre-fixing, which, I understand games come out and then they need fixes. But I sat there for almost an hour. So you want to age out, right? You have 4 ages, and you go until you age out. You do everything you can on your turn, and at some point you're done, and you age out, and you go to the next age. I was done with all 4 of mine, and I don't think I played badly. I was my second play. I was aged out, and Keith, who we've met on the show, he was still in era 2. And then for his era 3 and era 4, I just sat there and watched him accumulate points and lap me with nothing to do for almost an hour. Like 48 minutes, 50 minutes. And it was just it wasn't a good feeling. But the gameplay was super fun. The puzzle, the building, the different things on your board, the aging up on the tracks, the figuring out your civilization. Like, all of that was fascinating. The end, and it could have been, I didn't go back and look at the factions we were, so it could have been that he had a really good one and I had a shit one just because we picked one. That was the only thing about it. Otherwise, this game is, I love it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, Aaron is really good at this game to the point where that can happen too. I remember one particular time where it was a 4-player game. All 3 of us got up, went and had some cupcakes that were in the other room, talked and laughed, talked about what we're going to play next, got that set up on another table, came back. She's still doing stuff. We're like, all right. So I was, I think you could house rule it to just say the second that everybody but one person has, or the second that you're out completely, just do your final scoring. I think you can do that because other people can't affect your final scoring, can they? Well, that's not true. They can take stuff from you.
They can, but you still have to finish your eras, or else you're not getting your points.
Yeah, but what I was saying is, like, if you're finished with a game, you should be able to get up and go, okay, that's my points, and like just wait. And if that person, even if they don't finish the 4th era, if they ever pass your points, just call it right there to go. They win, right? And that's not as fun for them.
No.
Because they've been building up to get to this cool thing.
Right.
But at the same time, like, you don't want to sit there for an hour while sit there and just play a game by themselves too. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah,
if it was me, if I was in that position, I would just go like, and I would win and I'd move on, right? But,
sure. But you wanna do the thing that you set up to do, right? And
I wouldn't want to.
And, right. Yeah, good one though. I've never played with any expansions. I'm curious what they add or what they do to it, but
my favorite one is like I said, I won't play with 2, but one of them is the artistry one. It has a 5th track. It's a purple track, and you go up like culture, like art and culture and stuff like that. It has some really cool stuff on it too. So yeah, I know there's another one I haven't played with though. So
yeah, I mean
that
you bring in Jamie's stuff with Andrew Bosley art, and it sings.
Yep. All right, so we're going to my number 2 that does not start with a T.
No, because that'll be your number 1.
Well, what do you think this one starts with?
There's arts and architecture. No, I read that right. Arts and architecture, plans, employees, and fantasies and futures, all for Tapestry.
Okay, I don't have fantasies and futures.
Okay. Well, then
I think plans and employees are just more content, a couple more groups and stuff. I could be wrong.
It was only a couple years ago that one came out, and then he did the rebalanced civilization pack in 2024. But it wasn't that long ago that new stuff came out for that game too.
So, what do you think my number 2 starts with? What letter?
I would say it starts with. Well, I would say this one would start with T, and your number 1 would start with D. But your number 1D can't be mentioned anymore because it's in your legacy pack now.
Correct.
Which moves T up to 1, which I don't know what would be.
Yeah, what's my number 2? Well, you're taking too long and we're on video, so I'll tell you.
It wouldn't be that. Well, hold on. I could probably figure this one out. This one.
Yeah, but I don't want to sit here watching you figure it out. It's not entertaining.
It should be that one. It shouldn't be that one. It's probably gonna be. No, I got nothing.
Oh, great payoff for all that waiting. It's Maracaibo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I haven't talked about this one in a while, honestly. But Maracaibo is my favorite, although, to be fair, I haven't played all of them. That's my favorite Alexander Pfister so far. I have some other ones that I need to play. However, for me, it's definitely way better than Great Western Trail, because Great Western Trail has this, runaway leader problem and all that stuff, which has been acknowledged. This one really fixes it. I think there have been other versions of Great Western Trail. He might have fixed it or come back with it with this basic cool idea, which is basically everybody goes around a track. You stop and wait for everybody to catch up to you, and then everybody goes around a track again, right? That's how you get rid of the runaway leader problem. If everybody could just run forever, then, at some point you just like, okay, why am I still playing? Right.
Right.
But yeah, this one's got a lot of fun, a lot of depth. Every time I play, I'm trying something new. Even though it's the same track, you try different things. I both love and am bored with this theme, if that makes sense. Bored in that there's nothing visually interesting to me about the look of this kind of stuff, right? Like these clothes, this colonization time period of the Americas is not an interesting subject to me, good or bad. Like not even morally. I just like as far as like I don't want to watch The Patriot. I'd rather watch Braveheart. You know what I mean? Like just the drab look of everything and stuff. It's not a fun theme to me, but the mechanisms in it is so good to me that I can't not put this as my number 2. Yeah, it's really good. I haven't played it in a long time. I need to play it again. Once I put it on this list, I was like, I gotta play this again.
Should give Cloud Age, I believe it's at Fister. I think Cloud Age is underrated.
Cloud Age? Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one I have of his I want to try. It came right after this one. But a lot of people say it's not as good. I can't remember what it's called now. Let me see.
Well, this was 2019. Cloud Age is 2020.
Yeah, but that's not the one I have in my mind.
I mean, 2020 does come right after 2019, so.
You come right after.
What? Boone Lake?
I think it was, let's see. Boone Lake, yeah. I have that one. I just haven't learned it.
Yeah, that one came out in 2021, so after Cloud Age.
Yeah. I don't have Cloud Age.
You should get Cloud Age.
I don't think I do. Hold on, let me see.
Go on.
Cloud Age. Oh, I do have this, and I have played it, and I didn't like it.
Really?
No.
Huh.
I mean, yeah, I don't remember exactly why. It was a long time ago, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just didn't hit me. Can't say, oh, this is wrong with it or anything like that. I think I was, yeah, that's okay. It just didn't hit me. But subjective thing.
It is. It's okay to be wrong, Chris.
It is okay to be wrong. Yep. So my number 2, Maracaibo.
Nice.
What's your number 2?
Good pick. Yeah, the next 2 I've definitely talked about a lot for me. But I'm gonna talk about them anyway because I don't quit on legacy games and never talk about games anymore when they come up. So my number 2, I should have been doing the rankings, but I'm climbing up the ranks here.
Ill prepared.
Yeah, well, I had them written down in parentheses, but I started with, I'll recap later. Anyway, it's my favorite Shem Phillips game. I've talked about it quite often. It's a dice game called Noctiluca.
Oops, almost had it there. Noctiluca 2019.
Yeah.
I see there's a bunch of different versions of it.
I don't know why.
I don't know. I typed in Noctiluca. There's a 2024, 2019.
Nope.
Another.
Nope. Read. Those are not Noctilucas.
Oh, that's Noctiluca.
Yeah, no. There's one Noctiluca. It came out in 2019.
Okay.
By Shem Phillips. God,
all right. Tell us about the game.
Reading is important.
Yeah.
So this game, depending on the number of players. What?
I read your words.
You read something. I wouldn't. They weren't my words. Yeah. So go back to the board. Sure. So you see the board with a certain number of dice in the inner ring and then the outer ring, and then on your turn you place. See that meeple, the little pawn that's over there on the right. Yep. You place that in one of the brown areas. Depending on the number of players, you're either going to do that 3, 4, I think, or 5 times maybe. 2, 3, or 4 times. Anyway, when you place it there, No, because you got to fill them all out. They're all there's 12 of them, and they do I forget however many spots there are on the board. That's how many things there are. Divide
Sure.
that by 2, 3, or 4. And when you place it, you then get to if you shoot a straight line like up and to the left or straight up from that meeple in this example, it would go 1, 2, 3 up, or it would go 1, 2, 3, 4 over. Not like do a straight line from there, right up to the left. Yeah, that way. And then you pick a number and you get all the dice of that number.
Huh.
So, for example, if you picked 4 and you went up and to the left, you get those 2 orange and that blue. If you picked 3, that's probably not very good. You could pick 5 and you'd get the green, green, and blue. Or green, blue, blue, sorry. So anyway, you pick a number and then you get all of those dice. And then if you go back a picture, yeah, then you're putting the dice into those jars, right? The dice represent the Noctiluca. You're trying to make these potions, and they are required, right? The number at this point doesn't matter. It's just the color. So that person still needs 2 purple and a green to fill that thing, which will get you points that are on the card, which will also get you majority of a certain type that you're going for, the gray, or the brown, the yellow, and something else. And then you do that twice. You'll go until everybody places out their pawns. You'll reseed the board. You'll do it again, and then you'll go for majority in those different tokens. Add up all the points of the jars that you've completed. I love the choice that you get to make in which way. Like you feel really smart when you get 4, 5, 6 dice out of a pull. It's a cute game. It's a clever game, and it's one of my favorites of his.
Very nice. Yeah, seems pretty simple and clean cut. It kind of reminds me of some potion one with the marbles. Potion
Explosion.
Yeah, where you're trying to do the putting, getting stuff and making the right potions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got, I mean, you get the points from the jars, right? Some of the cards have points on them. You get points for leftover dice from the jars that you haven't completed. You get a 2-for-1 kind of trade-off. And then the tokens, there's a red, I think it's red, yellow, and brown. And then whoever has the majority of the color gets those tokens as points, and they're double-sided. But then if you collected, like, if we both went red, or we both have red discs, and you got majority, you'd get the points of whatever the value is of those things. All of my red ones would flip over, but I still get a point for each one of the ones I got. So it's not like I don't get anything for what I collected. I just get a point for every disc I've collected of that color. So you're still getting something for your achievements. But I love the board state. I love the way that you're deciding where you want to put, and it does start getting restrictive, right? The last couple turns, there's only so many places you can put them. You can only put 1 per spot, so you can't double up. So once somebody puts 1 there, the only other way to get that row is to go on the opposite side, and then that row can never be selected by again. It's a clever game.
Nice. All right. Well, then that means we're down to your number 1.
Number 1. This should be of no surprise to anyone that knows me. I think even you would be able to figure out what my number 1 from.
Ooh. Okay. Let me see if I can. Okay.
Okay. I know yours. Yours is easy. We should do each other's number 1.
It's got to be Point Salad. Point Salad's your favorite one in 2000.
Top 5, not bottom 5 of 2019. Top 5.
Oh. Okay.
Bottom 5. You'd be right.
Does it start with AR?
It does not.
It
starts with the same letter as your number 1 does.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, really? I didn't know you liked. Okay. All right. I think I know what it is. Go ahead.
It's in the top 1,000.
Okay. What is it?
What do you think it is?
Is it Tang Garden?
It is not.
Oh, Tiny Towns?
It is not.
Then that's all the T's I wrote down.
It is Trails of Tucana.
Oh, of course. I didn't see that was on there.
Talked about this game. This game is one of my favorite games ever.
I should have just said this thinking that you would have snuck it in whether it came into 2019 or not. This should go in your legacy list. You got to stop talking about this one.
I don't talk about it I talk about it of games we play. It doesn't necessarily make lists that often because we haven't done a list that kind of qualifies this game to be mentioned, but Trails of Tucana, it's a flip and right. There's 2 different versions out of the box. There's an expansion that's harder to get. Another game that didn't necessarily get a tremendous North American release because of the pandemic that happens the year after this. But everybody's playing the same map. You flip over 2 cards. They represent the terrain, and your objective is to connect, do a line from the middle of connecting terrains, right? Adjacent terrain. So if I flip over water and mountain on your map, you'll have a water and a mountain adjacent hex. You got to draw a line in between those 2. And then you get points by getting all of the relics back to the villages and then connecting villages on these trails. The game is super easy to teach. It's a late night game, like game night ender, where it's only another 10 minutes, 15 minutes if you're playing the big one. It's just a fantastic game. I love it. I play this anytime I can. I love it. It's always with me. I love this game.
I don't think I've ever won it. It is a really good one for a big group.
Mm-hmm.
We can all laugh about who took what first and where we are and how badly we're all doing. Of course, I'm the only one telling the truth when I say how badly I'm doing. I'm so bad. Oh, I'll just take this reward.
In the beginning of the game, everything's open, right? Everything feels like, great, I'm going to connect all the things and everything's going to work out well. Then about halfway through the game, shit starts coming up and you're like, well, why the fuck did I put that there? Like, well, that's not going to help me. Well, this is
not even halfway through.
Oh, like, it's so
fourth card, I'm like, okay, I'm screwed.
It's so great. Yeah, so that person's doing a really good job of getting one trail to kind of go through all of the things, which is a great strategy. It's got I really like Karuba with the tile placement and the way you're trying to get the trails. You're trying to get a trail that works for multiple things, and you're doing the same thing here. You're trying to get a trail that goes to a village and hopefully connects multiple relics to the same village, and then you can tap into that trail later on to get other things to go into the village and then connect villages through the trail. It's got a amazing combo-esque feature where when you get the second relic in, you get a free trail, and that trail can then get another relic in, which gets you another trail. You feel very smart when that stuff's happening.
I do like the early stuff, like you get rewarded for getting stuff done early.
Every relic you can get back to a village. So you play through either 2 or 3 rounds. A round is the deck. Once you go through the deck, you're done. You reshuffle. If you're playing the small island, you're going to go through the deck twice. And at the end of the first round, you're going to score points for everything in that orange part of your grid, which are all the relics you got to a village. But then in round 2, you're going to score them again. So if you can get the Yetis or the obelisks or whatever to a village early, it's just going to score again for you later. So the earlier you can get them, the better. But then you're also trying to connect the villages, because the first person to connect A and A not only gets the points for getting A and A, but gets the A to A bonus, which is higher in the beginning. Like it's you get it that round or you don't get it again. So there's this are you going for the relics to score multiple there? Are you trying to get the villages connected to get the extra points? But it's such a simple game. Like this is one of those games that you can teach in 30 seconds and then show them in turn 1 how the game is played, and then it just takes off.
This is not a Yeti, it's a cat with a bat.
It's a Yeti.
They can say it's a Yeti. That's a cat with a bat.
They say it in the rule book. It's a Yeti.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing that they say it.
Jacked up Yeti. But yeah, Trails of Tucana. They did They did a second one
recently
with tiles, and it's just not as good. It's the same concept, but instead of flipping over cards, you're drawing from a pile, and the tile is what you're placing on your board, and you're trying to connect things based on the route of that tile and connect tiles together. It just didn't do as well for me. I think this one is it's easier to get into. There's less to teach. You just off and running with this game pretty quickly.
Cat with a bat.
Trails of Tucana. It's a Yeti. It's a jacked up Yeti. Have you ever seen a Yeti? How do you know that's not what a Yeti looks like?
We know what a Yeti looks like.
You don't know what the movies tell you a Yeti looks like.
I know if someone saw that, they wouldn't go Yeti. They'd be like, is that a cat with a bat?
because we've seen a cat, so we're associating the cat to that picture. If you've
Right.
seen a Yeti, maybe it looks like
Yeah,
a
some
Yeti.
people have seen a Yeti, right? They have not. Just to answer that question.
Mhm.
Mine is no surprise to you, but it might be a
Go.
surprise to somebody else. This one is very close to having to go into my legacy. That's because I talk about it a lot. Yeah. Taverns of Tiefenthal. If you haven't played this one yet, it's a deck builder that plays a lot smoother than most deck builders. It's very clean. I love the fact that it's got the very cozy. I just bought a card, so I get to put it on top of my deck, which means I get to see it next round. I don't know why all deck builders don't do that. Let me get the benefit of the thing I just bought. Like, come on, it's good stuff. It's got a lot of modes to it that you can add to it. I generally play with like 2 or 3 of them, but not all 6 of them because it's just too much. But yeah, I mean, I like somebody who's made their own little what are these called, schnapps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, normally it's just a little token, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, the real basic thing that you're doing here is you are looking for a picture that would be able to illustrate.
You're running a tavern.
There we go. Yeah, you're running a tavern. Here we go. So you have a deck of cards. You start drawing them, and you can pull dishwashers and people that deliver beer and barmaids and all this stuff. But in the end, once all of your chairs fill up with people, you got to go. That's when you stop drawing. And then everybody rolls dice, and then I pick a die, pass it. I get the new group of dice. I pick one from there, pass it, and so on. You're basically drafting dice. And then everybody gets to just put the dice wherever they want. You do that all at the same time. It's very active. You're always going. It's very good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Very clean, very good. It kind of ends a little sooner than I want. I always want maybe one more round, which is just perfect. That's what you want in a game, right? You want just a little bit more. Today I ate like a bowl of chili, and instead of putting that one big giant scoop left, I was like, I'm going to leave it to where I want just a little bit more at the end. And it did. Perfect. Finished the bowl, and I was like, I wish I had a few more bites in there.
Great comparison.
It's true, though.
Well, you're running a tavern. You're talking about chili. I mean,
Yeah.
It kind of works.
It's turkey chili.
Sure.
But yeah, excellent game. Very, very easy to teach you. Every time I get it out and start putting it up and stuff, I go, oh yeah, I got to teach this. And then I teach it in like 5 minutes and you're done. Like it's real easy. So.
Yeah.
But I think this is my favorite Wolfgang Walsh. Yep.
It's a good one.
To no surprise to you.
Not at all.
There were some other cool ones on here. Let me take our number 1 off here. So
yeah, there are a couple definitely mentions. I know I'll talk about it because you're not allowed to. But one of Chris's favorite games of all time was Detective City of Angels, which came out in 2019. But he can't talk about it because it's put away in his legacy safe, like Disney does to its VHSs.
That's true. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I just don't want to talk about the same game every episode, right? So some games I talk about so much, I got to stick in my legacy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I almost did one that I talked about on Board Game Rundown, which is Hellboy. The board game came out this year.
I thought you'd mention Hellboy. Yeah.
It's my number 6. But yeah. And that's more the amount of plays I can get it to the table rather than my like of it. If you were to ask me, hey, do you want to play Hellboy or Horrified? I'd say, let's play Hellboy because someone's going to play Hellboy with me. Awesome. But I don't get it to the table that often. Horrified's really easy to get to the table. So it just made it to number 5. In the Hall of the Mountain King, amazing game.
That was on my list. Yep.
So glad that was minus 7. And you know what? I kind of want to play it again. Yeah. And I bet you it might even push up some. It's been a while, but I really like that game.
Yeah, it's been a minute too, but it's an underrated gem for sure.
Yeah. And I know you like point salad.
Nope.
I like point salad. I don't know why. How can you hate a game that is that fast to play that much? I don't
I'd just
understand.
rather play something else. It's just not.
Yeah. I can't remember if you like Res Arcana or not.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay.
Tom Neiman. Yep. Res
That's the
Arcana.
one I was thinking when I was like, does it start with an R? When I was trying to guess what your.
Yeah, Res is a good one.
Yeah, it's decent.
Corey showed me that game. I like that one.
Yeah, I think that game for me, any of those games like Maki Koro where you have to set something up and roll a die and hope to hit, I think those are more fun for me when they're shorter. I think Villagers came out this year as well. And that one kind of hits a little bit better for me because it feels a little cleaner, a little sharper.
That's a good point.
What else you got? I got a bunch more, but
I had a Hole in the Mountain King for sure. Silver and Gold. Played a shit ton of Silver and Gold.
I was surprised that was not on your list. I had it here as like that's going to be on his list.
So there were 3 rolling rights, flipping rights that came out this year that I adore, and Silver and Gold is one of them. The other one is Corinth. If you haven't played Corinth is great. There's an older game from 2006-ish era called Yaspahan, YS Pahan.
Okay,
and
sure.
Yeah, Corinth kind of does a little bit of what that game does. In a dice rolling, I've definitely, I don't know if we played it, but I've definitely talked about it before. You roll the dice and you separate them from lowest to highest, right? They're just D6s. And the ones go on the bottom. Whatever you rolled is the highest goes on the top most one. And if that's a 6, great. It could be a 3, could be a 4. And then you separate all the other ones you stack in from lowest to highest. So there are some things, usually the 5 area, the 4 and 5 area, that might not come up every turn. And you roll the dice, and on your turn you select one grouping of dice, so all the 4s, all the 6s, whatever, and then you write down on your board whatever that result was. And it's got this mechanism in it where you can pay a gold to add a gold die to the roll only for you, up to 3 dice. So I can pay 3 gold to add 3 yellow dice and gold dice into the game, roll them, and wherever they intermingle with all the other dice. And whenever I make my selection, the gold dice go away, and everything else is available for all the other players to go in turn order. And I love that mechanism. It's in Yaspahan, and it does more of an area majority thing in the board game, but it does scratch that itch. I love the board game, but Corinth it's a quicker version, an easier to teach version that still gets kind of that mechanism that I love in the game out. So between those 3, I didn't want to go Trails of Tucana, Silver and Gold, and Corinth in my top 5. So I picked one, and if I had to pick one, it's Trails of Tucana all the way. So, but I also had another one that I talk about a lot is Similo. I love Similo. And I love trying to blend those decks together and use one as the clues and one as the grid. Just make the game so much harder. But it's super fun, I think. Draftosaurus came out this year, and it does feel.
This was a big drafting year.
It was. I do like Draftosaurus. It's dinosaurs. You have a grid. You have 6. You pull from a bag 6 dinosaurs. Everyone's got 6 dinosaurs, and then you select one for the round and pass the others. And then you put that one into your map, in your park, and there's certain restrictions on how they get placed. Certain pens need to be similar. Certain pens need to be different. Really great game. And the only other one I had down, we actually played with the Rossies this year at Gathering, was Hadara. Hadara surprised the shit out of me. I really enjoyed that game.
I didn't see that one on it. That was a really good game. Yeah. I have that written down as like I should grab it if I see it somewhere.
It's top 600. It's currently ranked 576, and I didn't
see why
know it was that high. It is.
It has a good like 7 Wonders distant relative feel. Like it's got a little bit more meat to it, but it has that feel. Yeah.
Yeah, it surprised me. I really enjoyed that one, but I only played it once. I want to definitely play it again, but it did hit the list for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I this was a good year for me as far as like working on other games. I worked on Campaign Trail as an artist and art director, and Reavers of Midgard as a art director that year.
Right.
So both of those came out this year. That was cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Reavers is good.
Already mentioned Villagers Escape Plan. If you're a Lacerda fan, it was pretty good. Not my favorite, but it's pretty good. Scout, I was surprised came out this year, but I don't think I played it until like 2021.
Yeah, Scout was very, when it hit hard.
I think it had a slow burn, I guess, because I didn't hear anybody talk about it till like then, you know.
What was the other one? Wavelength came out this year too, and I thought that one
Wavelength
was pretty well produced.
Yeah, and what's funny is I've seen Wavelength played on YouTube shows that aren't board game shows and stuff like that. Like it's made its way into the outside the realm as well. So it's a good game. So
there's a game. Speaking of Wavelength, there was a game that I saw at Gen Con. I ended up picking it up. We played it one night. They have an app for it, and you don't need to be on the same Wi-Fi to play it. It's just like I can start a room, give you a code, you enter the code, and then we can play the game. And it's called Cross the Line. Did I talk about this one?
I don't think so.
So Cross the Line, there's a board game. It reminds me a lot of Wavelength with some changes. But Cross the Line is I wish I wasn't using my phone because I would
just tell me.
You can go on and look at some pictures of it. But somebody's turn, they're given a question. So for example, how good are you at driving stick shift? I'm just looking at the picture on BGG, right?
Sure.
And then there are 5 different measurements of answers that I could put my line, right? One of them is I'll panic in an intersection and stall. One up from that is a little gear grinding, but I'll figure it out.
Hey,
so there's this, hey, Axel. There's this grid, right? This measure of how good are you at a thing, or they have a Gen Con pack or whatever. So I'm going to set my line, but then you have a 3, a 2, and a 1 point measuring stick, basically, that you're going to put into the grid to try and catch my line, right? And the 3 is smaller, the 2 is a little bigger, and the 1 is bigger. And if you can cross the line, you'll get that many points. So your 1 spans a little bit more, but you have a better shot at getting it, but you're only getting 1 point.
So it has the wavelengths, try to get in the range kind of thing.
Correct, cool. Correct. But it wasn't a this or that thing. Like that range is kind of arbitrary, although this is as well. But what it adds is that the measurement of the 3, 2, 1. Like, do you want to shoot the moon and go for the 3? It's smaller. But if you think you know the person and you think you got the right answer, you're going to get 3 points for it. And it's like first to 10 points wins. It's very, very Wavelength-esque, but it was clever. And it's like we could play it on the show. We can get people on and people can.
That's cool. We should.
Yeah, it's a good one. I enjoyed that one. But yeah, Wavelength, I think, was really clever in its execution when it came out.
One of my biggest disappointments in a game, and I hate to go negative, especially in it, happened this year, which was Orleans Stories.
Point Salad. Oh.
No, not Point Salad. Only because Orleans is my number 1 game. It's so, awesome and stuff. When they came out with Orleans Stories, I thought, oh, this is going to be good. And it just kind of fell apart for me. There were lessons to be learned as a designer from playing the game.
Was it because you hold Orleans so high?
very much that was part of it. Yes. It's like seeing Wonder Woman and then watching Wonder Woman 2. Like Wonder Woman 2, horrible, but so much more horrible because 1 was so great, right? It's that same thing.
I've never seen 1984, actually.
Don't.
Okay.
Just save yourself.
Okay.
You just take a nap. It's so much better.
Sure. I'm going to see Spider-Man on Thursday. We just watched.
No, I still haven't seen it. I still haven't seen Supergirl. I mean, I'm so far behind. Life has been pretty hectic, Kickstarter and all that stuff.
Well,
and conventions and life stuff. Yeah, I definitely want to go. You going when Thursday?
Thursday. Yeah, Thursday evening.
All right, I'm going to try to go before you so I could spoil it. Just kidding.
Oh, great. Yeah,
I would never do that. I wouldn't
right.
do that. That's against my religion. If I had a religion.
It is.
Yeah, but 2019 had some amazing stuff. We'd probably be remiss if we didn't mention Wingspan came out this year.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the game. I played it quite a bit. It's crazy that Tapestry and Wingspan came out in the same year, right?
Same year. And Wingspan, it should be mentioned because it is a lot of people's intro into modern board gaming. That hooked a lot of people into this hobby.
Yeah.
Into this industry.
It's done an amazing job of getting people into the hobby. That's true. Or getting people to the next level of the hobby. Like some people have come in like lighter gateway games, and then that was the next step, and kind of thing. But I think it also served the industry in a way that people before that were very much locked into. You have to do a big, exciting theme, and every time someone would try, it wasn't the first bird watching or whatever bird game or anything. Every time before this game people tried, it just didn't catch, didn't happen, and this proves that it could if it's a good enough game. So
I mean, Cartographers was this year. That's got
excellent
staying
game.
power.
Another rolling right.
Another rolling right. I think an innovative game that came out this year, like Wavelength, was definitely innovative because it was different. Was The Crew, the Quest, whatever the planet one was, that cooperative trick taker, right, where you had a task and you had a goal and you had to
Have
make
you
sure.
played the Lord of the Rings trick taking things?
Yep. If not for the Crew, like that's
right.
That's kind of built on the same kind of thing. Marvel's
Fantastic
Champions.
Marvel's Champions. I still haven't played it.
Champions came out this year. Cthulhu,
I was going to say Fantastic Factories.
Fantastic Factories is another big one. The Legacy Clank came out. Cthulhu Death May Die came out. Like there are some that are Tainted Grail, huge game.
2019 was huge of a year, and then 2020 was crushing. But I think 2019 was so strong, we survived because it just pushed through, really hard. So,
well, the next time we do this, the 2020, I think 2020 and 2021 are going to be a lot of sleepers that are kind of like if you know kind of things, because they didn't get convention time, right? They weren't out at conventions and people weren't looking at the new hotness. There were games that were planned this year that came out next year, but didn't have a platform to dance on and suffered from it. Like there are a couple that come to mind already that
There's
just
some good
didn't
ones.
Get it. Yeah. Yep.
Well, we'll cover that eventually. It probably won't do it next week, but we like to come back to this topic every now and then. So
we got to go back to movies now. We haven't done movies in a while.
Yeah, that's true. I need to look up what was the last year that we did movies on.
I think we were for a minute. I think we were a decade apart in board games and movies. So I want to say 2008.
2008 would have had Iron Man in it, and I remember us doing Iron Man. So we at least covered 2008.
Right.
So
we'll have to look it up.
Yeah, we could look it up if you want. Nobody else cares if we're going to sit here while we look stuff up. So movies from the year 2000 was episode 188. That was a while ago.
It was.
Board games. Let's see, 2001. I don't know if we got that far up to 2008. Did we?
Well, you just said you remember doing Iron Man, so yeah.
Yeah, I thought so, but I don't see it anymore. I don't think we did. I think we stopped. It looks like the last movie year that we did, just double checking. Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, because we started breaking off into best of Pixar, best TV villain.
Excuse me. Bless you. God, it sounded like a gun. It sounded like you shot a gun. It had like a ricochet sound to it.
Yeah, I'll take you out. Movies from the year 2005. It looks like it's the last one. I could be wrong. We'll double
Okay.
check that.
It's okay.
But-
to be wrong.
We haven't even gotten to the Marvel parts yet, but we may even have to exclude Marvel for those years.
I think so. Yeah, probably.
We'll see, because it'll be our number ones.
It depends, right? There's a couple years that multiple movies came out, so like which one would fight for number one?
Sure.
There's probably a clear winner, but
I was thinking the other day though, during the heyday of Marvel, there were a lot of people that were complaining about all the movies are just these big superhero billion-dollar things. What happened to the real artistic movies, right? Well, it's been a while, or they're far and few in between now. And there's plenty of time, big open space for these wonderful artistic movies. And what do they keep giving us? Just a bunch of little junky horror movies. Here's another one where a crazy girl's smiling at you. Just a bunch of just crap that's just coming through. I mean, there's probably some really awesome stuff. But I haven't seen it. I don't know. Finally, the Odyssey shows up. That's cool. Very happy to see that, which is basically Greek superheroes.
yeah, for the most part, right?
That's the big thing. Like I've had like elitist people like, oh, comic books are so childish. I'm like, it's just Achilles. Achilles is a superhero from Greek mythology, but that's all special and blah blah blah. It's the same stuff, same stories.
It's actually harder to read a comic than it is a regular book.
It definitely is on my pad.
Yeah,
I hate reading comics on my pad.
I can't stand it either.
I
got
just
the Marvel. What is it? Not Marvel United. Marvel Unlimited or whatever.
Yeah, I had that for a little while. I can't read it on a digital pad. It's just not the same thing.
No.
Agreed. Yeah, I just been reading some new Mike Mignola stuff, and I'm going to go back and reread some of my Hellboy stuff. I'm excited about it too. Nice. And there's something different about, like, if I'm reading, because I read my books on my phone, right? But that's just text, and that's fine. I read that every day, but I can just read that anywhere. I can sit on the couch, whatever, no matter. But when I get a book, I don't know. I need to be in a nice spot. I need to be comfortable. I need to have a little coffee here, something, like it's a thing, like an interesting thing, which means I do it less. But, I need to pick out some time to just like chill and reread the comics. So.
Same thing with a comic. A comic, you need to be settled in because there's so many with all those panels, right? You have to, especially on a phone or an iPad, you zoom in to read the text because the text is small in some situations. But then you got to zoom out so you can see the panels they're referencing in the background or something. Then you got to zoom in to read the next thing, and then you got to zoom out again. It's not, I don't know. Comics, reading a graphic novel or reading a comic is a skill, but it's just fun.
Yeah. I read The Last Ronin on a plane using my phone. Ugh, that was horrible. That was so bad. Worst way to read that comic.
Yeah, you can't even get a panel in the frame.
I know. Like you see and they do a lot of big full page ones too. So you're just like, what is going on? And zoom in and be like, okay.
It turns into a Where's Waldo. You start scrolling around to try and find the thing.
I don't know what's going on here. Yeah. Doesn't work for me. But anyway. So we're off topic. But that's fine because the topic's over.
That happens.
Yeah.
That happens.
Next week we'll be doing things. We'll talk about stuff. We'll have either a guest or we won't. Lots of planning going ahead.
This is where we talk and we put our hand over our mouth so we can dub in what's going on. Next week we're gonna do something.
Yeah. Next week we'll be top 5. It's not even my voice.
Yeah. That would be even better.
Well, we'll definitely be here. We'll have something prepared, and we'll talk about stuff. Yeah. Reminder: go check out Whisperwood. It is clickable in our descriptions. You go check it out. But keep an eye on some new stuff coming about revisit it. If you revisit it in a day or so, yeah, some stuff is going to happen.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's always fun.
Always.
And we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.